Alright, welcome to the final episode, episode 12, The Duo's Journey. I just want to thank you guys for following me along on this series, if you guys have been following along. And you know that I always appreciate you guys, especially those who comment and like my videos. But a little bit of a recap, the fight with Pandaemonium continues, and we learned the difference between the Pandaemonium spelling, and we also learned that the Pandaemonium, out of the four major human errors, that they are the weakest but the worst out of the four. We honestly we learned quite a lot of things. We learned that perhaps there is a bit of Ivory and Menou, or in terms of I'm not sure whether it's in terms of like personality or if it's like a literal term. Like there's a bit of Ivory inside of Menou. Consider that Menou has been Blanche, but at the same time, you know, at this point, I'm just associating Blanche and Ivory together just because they're white. Or, yeah, honestly, it's either white or colorless, and I'm just like, yeah, that's totally what it is. We learned from Pandaemonium that she was able to escape because of Akari's constant regression, and it seemed like she felt it, and also because of the constant regression, it had warped the fog prison enough to get to allow Pandaemonium to squeeze like a pinky out, and that pinky is now the current Pandaemonium that is wreaking havoc, which is honestly quite wild that she's out here wreaking havoc with just her pinky. And the other important thing that we've learned is the Astral Archive, which is the memory of this planet and what powers ether, and if someone taps into the Astral Archive, Akari's regression doesn't really matter, and that's when Akari has this idea that Flare is connected to the Astral Archive, so that's why with all these regression, Flare is always the one who ends up stopping her or killing Menou, which is the result that she does not want. Then towards the end, Pandaemonium drops another bomb saying that there is a way back to Japan, and I wonder how does Pandaemonium know about it? Did she learn about it herself, or what's up with that? I also still have my question of if they do go back to Japan, would they still have pure concept? I would. I was going to say no, consider that there's no ether in Japan. I don't know, maybe there is. People just haven't tapped into it yet, but I assume that there is no ether in Japan. But then at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, pure concept is like them not really tapping into ether. They sort of have it themselves because they said that pure concept is like, it's like the closest that they have to actual, like, not actual, but you know, pure magic and all that, if I remember correctly. Anyways, I do have my full-length reaction up on Patreon, which you guys can check out in the description down below. Other than that, let us get started. Oh my god! But does Akari want to go back? Ooh, only for one reason. Oh, okay. That's interesting. On the big screen. Who's recording this? It's growing wings. Bye! What if there's after credit scenes, Pandaemonium? So the four major human errors try to destroy the world as a way to find a way back to Japan. And then Pandaemonium says there is a way back to Japan. But what's stopping you from going back if you know a way back? But also, you guys have thrown away your humanity at this point by trying to destroy the world. Ah, the duel's journey, Menou and Ashuna. Wait a minute. It's really funny that... Oh, you see it reattaches. That's nice. So, like, the fog is ever moving? Like, what if she goes very far away? Would the fog follow her? Oh my god, dude. What a fucking nightmare is this? Just to see if... Oh my god! I was just thinking of Geo. Ah, dude. The fucking shark on land. Oh, there's Akari. Very nice. You see the fog coming out. Alright, let's see what you're gonna do, Akari. You're gonna lose more of your memories. Getting closer and closer to becoming a human error. We'll bore the audience. Yeah, give me some variety, Menou. Oh, took your inscription. Oh, dude, it's so tiny. Oh my god, just ate up your whole weapon. Oh my god. I don't know why, chase scene oddly reminds me of, oh my god. I suddenly can't remember the name of it. Oh, is that Ashuna coming back? Oh, damn. What an aim. All I need is my fists. Oh, hell yeah. That's what Ashuna uses, so it's specifically on the item. Okay. I mean, I guess I do see this drains more ether than I thought. I mean, that's why when she uses the coin, it uses bubble. Okay. Damn, dude. Well, yeah. Oh, here comes Akari. This pandemonium just... Yeah, she just realized. Oh shit! Here she comes, full sweat! Ooh. Ooh, the fog is coming. Alright. Menou doesn't realize she's talking to real Akari yet, huh? Wow, what a beautiful climax, huh? Guess what? You're gonna get the ending of friendship beats all, unfortunately. Well, R.I.P. Oh my god. Is that the one that ate the knife? Huh. Dagger, sorry. This is mix of a piano and a fucking guitar. Oh, I see Pandaemonium was quite excited. That was a really nice song. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's turning back. Good luck explaining this other one. Alright, you're cleaning up the crap. Ooh, tell me. Sword Assault? Oh, it's Ashuna. Sword Assault, but then Fleur ends up killing Menou, which I'm trying to figure out. It's mostly because probably. It's usually two pinkies. Ooh. Dude, Ashuna's just big brain, dude! I'm gonna go see Momo. I just turned a blind eye for today. Ah, you're not gonna go see Momo? Alright. It's the end of Pandaemonium for now. Yeah, I was saying, like, Menou probably gets in the way of the sword assault as Flair's trying to kill Akari. Then again, I look like Flair just literally lets Akari go back. My god, is that... What? Manon, the fuck? Well, I mean... Yes. Yes, that. Yes. You literally got blood all over you. Huh. Where are you specifically? Are you still in the same town? Nani? Pandemonium! What? Alright. I wonder. Unfortunate for you, but it was Agari. You were out of commission this whole fight. A little late for that. How's she gonna follow you in the continent of salt, by the way? There's nothing to hide unless she's going under the salt. Alright. That's not what she wants. Oh my god. Do you still need to kill her? Oh, look at this path. Walking in the path of the light or the dark. Dude, she had a wild dream. She had a very long dream. She's piecing it together. Yeah, that's why she has to block herself out. You were what? This is your one chance to say it. My source of stress on the journey. Oh shit! Alright, you gonna take the sword assault? Just thinking about it again. Alright. Strong villain. Pure, just, and strong villain? I don't know if it's a villain who's pure, but alright. Alright, they're continuing on to Volume 3. Oh. Dragon Sword Assault. Dude, Flutter's just sitting on this throne? Holy shit! Oh, so this is... Yes, I was wondering. For the zillionth time! Flare! Alright, Flare. Alright. So I was wondering why, because, like, after she kills Menou, she just kind of lets Akari regress back in time. And I was like, what is the purpose of her doing that? What is she trying to do? And it seems like she's looking for something different, and the difference is the Pandemonium getting out. To which, by the way, if Pandemonium is out and then she got captured by the fog, Actually, she didn't really get captured by the fog, now that I think about it. She just vanished off, like she lost all of her lives in that body specifically. And so later on when we see her again and she revived Manon, why not? I would assume she's not in the prison. I would assume, because she still wants to make something on a world scale. She wants to make a movie on a world scale. So like the fog prison didn't capture her. And you know, Ashuna's just over here like, you know, you do have 2 pinkies. And I'm just like, oh shit, you're right. What if Pandaemonium did get 2 pinkies out and not just 1? Oh my god. Then we got that whole thing of Manon remembering that her mom said that she has an older sister and that she's a bright, energetic girl who loves to sing and dance, but especially she loves movies. And that applies to Pandaemonium. But like, Pandaemonium has been living for such a long time, so it's kind of like, unless this is just us, no, I don't. I mean, her mom never said that her daughter has disappeared off somewhere, you know? She never said her daughter has fucked off somewhere. And we don't know how time works in this world compared to Earth, you know? Like, how many years pass in Earth compared to this world that we're in. So, I don't know. There could be some weird time continuum that is happening there. You know, I'm still very sick. I'm tired. I just don't want to take notes. Unfortunately, I guess I'll go take notes. Well, we'll be back to the center. Okay, I missed out on this one. I think that line does a good enough job as a trailer material. Because she keeps saying about all these movies, but who's recording it? Maybe next time. You should get some cameraman. Cameramen? Get him to do a little recording for you, you know? So then you can watch it on the big screen. And then this is when we find out Pandaemonium breaks the 4th screen. Sorry, the 4th wall. And she's like, what are you talking about? There is a recording of this. I'm like, damn. Also, for this scene with all these little legs just going about and going into town, I did say it reminded me of Geo. But then the chase scene of Menou being chased by them, it reminded me of Roll Over and Die. It reminded me of that, the eyeball scenes in Roll Over and Die. I don't know why, it just reminded me of that. That's what, you know, that's what I thought of. So I separated more than half of my flesh from the real me. So more for other flesh is probably in where Manon is right now. Okay. Or maybe when she sprouted out of Manon, she left a little bit of herself in there. And while this whole thing has been happening, well, actually the castle blew up too. So like, I just realized, where did Manon go? I guess when she blew up the castle, she's just like, alright, Manon, get out of here, flung her off somewhere. But that was merely a pinky finger. True, and there are usually 2 pinky fingers in all. I very much doubt this is the end. Dude, Ashuna's just big brain all over the place, dude. Just bring Ashuna along with you on your journey. She's a fucking detective. So not only Chaos, but a portion of Vessel has also escaped. So that's the material room. Okay. Etheric World Connect. Conditions met. Scripture 3rd Charter invoke. Our world is beyond words. This is the first time even a fragment has emerged since the Star Husk hatched. It's just mumbo jumbo to me. It was worth the insufferable number of repetitions we've gone through. So now then, it's time to go kill my apprentice for the zillionth time. Oh my god. Alright, so that was episode 12 of The Executioner and Her Way of Life. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty good episode. We gotta learn just a little bit more, but most of it was just the fight between Pandaemonium, which I thought was pretty nice. I'm not gonna make any comment on the CG, but overall, I thought it was pretty nice, and we're just learning more things about the world, and, you know, towards the end, we see Flare in her new we see Flare in the flesh with her new haircut, her villainous haircut. Oh my god. Kind of makes me wonder, how long has Flare been connected to the Astro Archive, and whether that's before or after she had gotten Menou as her apprentice. There you go. Also, I just wanted to point out again with the fight, well, towards the end, with Akari and Menou coming together and them defeating the Pandaemonium, you know, with the big giant fire sword. I really like that soundtrack that they played during that time. My god, I felt like I just busted my hip doing that. Okay, so that soundtrack of like that mixture of the piano and the fucking guitar in the back was really nice. I have to find what the soundtrack is later. If you guys know what it is, let me know in the comments down below. I will continue to say that all the things that I have, all the questions that I have, they are all rhetorical questions, because I will assume that they are going to get answered later on in the series. So don't answer anything for me. Thank you. I don't know where to start, so I guess we'll just start with Pandaemonium, and how Pandaemonium is talking about how there is a way to return to Japan, and she says that the reason why the 4 major human errors tried to destroy the world was because they wanted to return to Japan. And I think I already made a mention that it's a wonder why they would want to return to Japan, consider that if they have gone to the point of becoming human errors, since they wanted to destroy the world, would have they lost their personality and their memories already? But then we also saw with Pandaemonium reviving Manon, and how Manon remembers from her mom saying that she had an older sister, and then she's just like, oh, maybe, I don't know, I guess maybe Pandaemonium is my older sister, and she's just kind of like, well, even if, it seems like even if you've become a human error, you've got your personality, your memories erased, there's still something left inside, which we can see in Pandaemonium, because despite her having lost her personality or whatever, she still remembers her love for movies. So like there's still some, I don't know, I was gonna say there's still some sort of humanity that is inside of her. You know, this tiny little flicker of humanity that she remembers about herself. But obviously she's a human error. But she's also said to Menou during her fade away, and she says, I exist in this world to kill and to bring chaos in accordance with this planet. And I'm just kind of like, is that also in accordance with the Astro Archive? I don't know, just a little something I'm just tossing out. I felt like that was a conversation that Pandaemonium had with Akari before, but I currently can't remember what is the... I feel like she had that talk with Akari, right? About like your purpose in the world. And then I remember Akari saying like, I don't remember. I was gonna spout some bullshit, but she was like she disagreed with Pandaemonium and all that. I think so, anyways. I'll have to figure it out. But before she faded away, she did suggest Menou go get the Sword of Salt, since she also mentioned it was something that Ivory used before, and that it can wipe out any pure concept, which kind of makes me wonder if the Sword of Salt can wipe out any pure concept, even the girl who can use the pure concept of time, and Ivory has used it before. Why hasn't Ivory used it to kill Pandaemonium with it, if it can wipe out any... Because there's this other thing in my head, is like, is Ivory also the person, since they use the Sword of Salt, are they the... Let me figure out what the 4 major human errors is again. Are they Dragon? That's what I'm wondering. You know, Dragon, who made the Sword of Salt. Since they said that Ivory was a person who had pure concept, and they were forced to become a hero to defend these people. And so would they eventually have turned into a human error? I don't know. Just an odd question. I wonder. But that is it with Pandaemonium, since Pandaemonium says she wants to do something. She wants to make another movie, but on a worldwide scale this time. So of course, like with what Ashuna says, this is not over. We will see her again. Ashuna really be out here with her big brain. She can just figure out everything. Just give her a little bit of hints and she'll just like, yeah, I'm a world-class detective. She just figures that Pandaemonium is still around. You know, she's like, there's 2 pinkies in a person, so And then she looks at Akari. She's like, oh, so that's the girl who's probably the reason why Pandemonium got out in the first place. And I'm like, damn, dude, like, is this your gut feeling telling you this? So it's a good shit, dude, good shit. And then going to the talk between Pastor Cecilia and Menou. Pastor Cecilia says that Menou is different from Flare, and that she should take a different path from her. You know, she shouldn't be following what Flare is doing or whatever. And and we can see from Pastor Cecilia that she can see the difference between Menou and Flare, considering that she said, well, you know, what Flare told to me last time in front of my face was that I was freaking useless. Meanwhile, Menou is out here asking Pastor Cecilia for help and telling her that, you know, you'll bring peace to the city again, you know, you got this. So Menou, again, in the beginning, she wants to become Flare, but in the end, she's still very different from Flare. And with Pastor Cecilia saying this, it makes Menou think on whether she should kill Akari or not, and we can literally see her, the two paths that she has to go on, you know, the path that is full of darkness or the one with light. So she's you know, she's just trying to figure out whether she should do it or not, and she's towards the end she's just kind of like putting that in the back burner yet again. You know, she's just like, let's not think about this. You know, it doesn't matter whether Akari will end up killing people or whether she'll end up turning into a human error or if she can control her pure concept or not. I'm gonna kill her. It's interesting that Menou usually just says, I'm a pure, just, and strong priestess, but towards the end, she goes and she says, I'm a pure, just, and strong villain, which is what Flare says, you know, we are villains. And I was wondering if this is just her own way of trying to convince herself that she's going to continue with this, whole spiel, which also makes me wonder, since she has to talk with Pandemonium about the Sword of Salt, and that's the reason why she wants to go to get the Sword of Salt. It makes me wonder if, like, how did she end up going to the continent of Salt in the first place for Flare to kill? I assume that they end up with at the continent of Salt, since Flare is there with the Sword of Salt. And also, you know, the whole area is like freaking white and there's like nothing in sight. So it kind of makes me wonder if it wasn't for Pandemonium who was telling Menou to go get the Sword of Salt, how would have Menou decided to go to the Sword of Salt in the first place? That's what I wonder. I feel like Pandemonium, like she says, she is like chaos, she is poison, she will seep inside you. And perhaps she just decided to do it a little early, you know? She decided to get Menou on track with the Sword of Salt earlier than expected. I don't know. We also saw from Momo that she feels like if you're, from her words, if you're doing this for the sake of Akari, it'll just eat you up on the inside, or it'll just eat you up eventually. And so she decides that she's going to be the one who kills Akari instead, and I wonder if that is something that is different from the previous regressions, you know, if this is a change from Momo, because when we see Akari talk about Momo, the real Akari anyways, she doesn't really mention Momo being there, or even when we see the memories of Flare killing Menou and all that, we don't really see Momo there. And I'm trying to figure out, like, did Momo die at some point? But we'll just have to, we didn't really hear Akari talk about that either, but, you know, she could just be keeping it away from us, you know? She's a bit of an unreliable narrator. Yeah, she doesn't really mention Momo, so, like, I was wondering if, like, Momo wasn't there at that time, you know, she's just decided to let Menou do her thing and try to kill Akari with it. God, all the names are starting to confuse me. Or, again, if Menou was taken out before all of this. Yeah, I'm trying to wonder if that right there is the slight change in all of this regression. And finally, towards the end, we see Flare sitting on her evil throne, I guess. It looks like she's probably sitting at, like, one of the, I forgot what that thing, the temple or whatever, the sanctuary. Maybe she's just chilling over there. And she was talking about, like, how not only Chaos, so Pandemonium, not only has Pandemonium escaped, but a portion of Pandemonium anyways, but a portion of Vessel, so the material room, has escaped as well. And she's just like, well, you know, this is totally worth all the boring repetition, all the suffering of the repetition that we had to go through again. And so she's, I don't know, she seems happy about that. Like, what is Flair's endgame with all this? Why does she want the 4 major human errors to leak out from all of this regression? And I was trying to wonder again, like, does she actually want eventually for Akari to become a human error as well? And if she does, like, what does she want with that? Or what does she and the council want with that? I would assume there's probably a council somewhere, and it's not just Flair, consider that she's connected to the Astral Archive, and I would believe that there are other people who are connected to the Astral Archive, so I'm just gonna call them the council for now. So, yeah, it's just like, I wonder what is their plan, but we'll just have to find out in the light novel, if this ever gets a freaking season 2, which I tend to say season 2 for anime, but like, I have no, until I see an announcement or something, I have no faith in an anime becoming getting a second season. I'm just saying, I have no faith in any anime that gets a second season, unless it's a shonen. Alright, unless it's a shonen and I know it's popular, and then I'll be like, okay, there's a chance that there'll be a second season. But anyways, I've talked my voice off, and again, thank you guys for sticking around throughout this whole series, and especially the people who stick around till the end. I really appreciate you guys, and if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys when I see you guys.